Pete wing sauce.
The Southeastern Conference opens the 2008 gymnastics season as the home of the last 3 NCAA team titles. With some of the top coaches and athletes in the country returning, the SEC opens the season with 4 teams ranked in the top 10, and they're poised to once again showcase their dominance in the national scene. We welcome you to Lexington, Kentucky and Memorial Coliseum, where a crowd of better than 5,000 have gathered to watch the Kentucky Wildcats open up the 2008 gymnastics season. High hopes that this will be the first year that they'll go to the NCAA championship. And tonight, they'll take on the Auburn Tigers here as it's Excite Night for the 24th time, and a great crowd gathering to see some great SEC gymnastics. This is what we talked about earlier. Georgia, Florida, first and second in the country. All 7 teams in the Southeastern Conference are ranked in the top 25, with Kentucky rounding out the conference. They're ranked 24th. Bernie Gunther with you here inside Memorial Coliseum in Lexington, Kentucky, where Mo Mitchell, he's in his 5th season as the head coach, and they're looking for bigger and better things. And with more on that, my partner, Lori Strong-Ballard.
So it's a brand new season, and that means big dreams and high expectations for both Auburn and Kentucky. Auburn hopes to put the injury-ridden season of last year behind them, where head coach Jeff Thompson said they limped to the finish line. And Kentucky, 1 year later, has a little more experience and much stronger leadership. They will need to eliminate some of the inconsistencies a young team brought them last year. So it's a fresh start, and for both Auburn and Kentucky, somewhat of a new look.
This team is a whole new look. I'm so excited. One of my co-captains, a couple of days ago, we were in practice, and she said, there's a sense of calming about this team. There's a sense of confidence, a sense of calm. And I'm looking around, and we're good. We're good, you know. And I said, yeah, we are good, you know. And that's what we want to show. We want to go out on the competition floor and show that we're good.
Unfortunately, last Saturday, one of our seniors, Carmen Pinckney, she landed poorly, and she actually injured her knee, and she'll be out for the entire season. So when the team got that news on Sunday, you know, it was like, oh, here we go again, you know, just doom and gloom, and everybody was crying. And we had a day off on Monday for them to kind of get over it. And when they came in on Tuesday, I mean, their resolve was, we're going to do this, we're going to do it for her, and we're going to have a great season. And, you know, the practices we had the rest of the week, they were phenomenal.
So it's Excite Night here at Memorial Coliseum, a spectacular event that always brings in the big crowds and a great atmosphere, something that both Auburn and Kentucky will be feeding off of. And leading the way for the Wildcats is junior co-captain Heather Height. She is a great athlete and someone who always competes and trains with such passion. Heather's had to overcome several knee surgeries in order to be ready for her team and this competition tonight. And for the 4th year straight, the Auburn Tigers will rely on their senior standout athlete, Julie Dwyer. Julie is the only SEC gymnast who has won SEC Freshman of the Year, Athlete of the Year, and then Scholar Athlete of the Year. In her 4th and final season, Julie has upgraded her routines and hopes to lead the Auburn Tigers to some great things this season.
Last year was really about pride, going out there and competing, even though half of our team wasn't able to be on the floor with us. And this year, we're healthy right now, and hopefully it stays that way.
We definitely have high hopes for this team. We're definitely going somewhere. We want to make it to nationals, and of course, that's everyone's goal, but I really think we have the team to go, and our freshmen coming in are great, and our sophomores have really stepped up this year. So we have a young team, but a good one.
Posted on their locker room door, the road to nationals for Kentucky starts tonight. SEC play starts tonight as it's the Tigers and the Wildcats next.
Geico Motorcycle, let's ride.
Back here at Memorial Coliseum in Lexington, Kentucky. High security here for Excite Night. This Kentucky Wildcat team finished 6th in the nation nationally in average attendance. And Laura, I know you enjoyed these guys who are getting the crowd pumped up beforehand.
I love these guys. Excellent choreography. Nice warm-up for some great gymnastics to come.
Of course, it's a big night for both teams, and we chatted with both head coaches about Excite Night.
We want our freshmen coming in who are competing for the first time and our returners to show the crowd what we've been training for all fall.
We talked to Mo about swapping our dates so we could get here for Excite Night. We felt like it was very important for our team to start the season at a big time meet with big crowd, because next week we'll be at home. It's the breast cancer awareness meet with Alabama, our arch rival. There will be 6,000 or 7,000 people at home, and we want to make sure we get the jitters and the bugs out this week before we go home in front of our home crowd.
Well, in terms of SEC competition, every meet is important, and not to mention highly competitive.
Well, of course, they've been training for about 5 months getting set for this, and this is a look at Auburn's lineup on the bar, and this is an event they want to improve upon.
Well, in the past, it has been one of their weaker events, but this year they say it is the event with their best depth, and Coach Jeff Thompson told me it's crucial that they get off to a great start here.
Here's a look at Lindsey Puckett, the junior from Lilburn, Georgia, in the first rotation for the Auburn Tigers on the bars.
Now, Auburn has already suffered 1 fall on this event, but with this format, 6 compete, 5 scores count. They can drop that score, so it's important that Lindsey gets a top score for them here.
She scored a 9.85 twice in her career on this event.
Short on her final handstand, preparing for the dismount here. Gaining momentum. It's a double layout. Nice job. Pretty strong on the landing. A good routine for Lindsey.
Following in her sister's footsteps, Courtney Puckett was an All-American in this event.
Now, Lindsey doesn't have any big release element in this routine. She does a combination of twisting elements at the start of the routine, but she ends with this difficult dismount. It's a double layout. She's pretty clean in the air and good and solid on the landing.
Finishes with a score of 9.775. On the other side, this is the Kentucky Wildcats, the 24th ranked team in the country, and this is their vault lineup.
The 3 athletes in the middle, Rymer, Green, and Ferguson, were a part of that talented but inexperienced freshman class from last year. With 1 year under their belt, they will be a force, and Coach Mo Mitchell says they are the strength of this team.
Rymer will be up first, sophomore, and she has not trained at all this week.
You're right, she pulled a muscle on her rib and pretty much has only put in 1 day of practice, a light practice on Friday. Does a nice job here with her Yurchenko layout full. But you can see on her landing, her legs are a little bit weak. They buckle slightly. There'll be a slight deduction there. Knees buckle there. It's tough to come in here at this level of competition without training.
9.675. When we come back, it's their star, Julie Dwyer, after this. Some future SEC gymnasts enjoying the action here at Memorial Coliseum, so we continue in rotation number 1. It's Emilie Green, who is just a stud for the Wildcats as a freshman, on the vault next.
Vaulting the Yurchenko layout full. Wow, that's one of the best vaults I've seen from a Kentucky gymnast in years. This is one of those dream vaults that every gymnast hopes that they can compete under pressure like this, and you can feel it on the block. As soon as those hands hit the vaulting table right there, it feels secure. You get a quick, solid block out of your shoulders, and that gives you the height, and the rest is smooth sailing.
And a career best 9.9. Up next on the bars, Julie Dwyer, the only SEC gymnast to be named Freshman of the Year, Gymnast of the Year, and Scholar Athlete of the Year, but she has high hopes for her senior campaign.
To make it to nationals at the end, that's one thing that I wanted when I came to Auburn as my freshman year, was to make nationals as a team, and we still haven't made it, so this year's the year.
They had a chance last year, but injuries hurt them hard. The talent is there on this Auburn team, and if they can stay healthy, that national dream can come true.
Well, Lori, she has a little bit of pressure here on the bars as the team has already fallen twice so far.
Big combination here, giant full to Kacha. She catches her foot slightly on the bar. You can see that reduced her swing into the straddle back, so she'll get a 10th deduction for clipping her foot, plus a deduction for losing momentum in her swing and a low straddle back. Dismount double layout, sticks the landing. Pretty good job, not quite her best, but she comes through in the crunch. She has a major release element in this routine and a high difficulty in this dismount, the double layout. We're seeing more and more athletes compete this dismount. Julie does a great job of tapping her toes up, and that gains her beautiful height with a great stretch position and a good landing.
A score of 9.625 for the senior Julie Dwyer. And Auburn scores through their first rotation, not where they wanted to be, and they really struggled in the 3 and 5 part of the rotation.
That's over a point lower than what they're capable of. Coach Jeff Thompson says that when they're at their best, they can go 49 plus on bars.
Hillary Ferguson up last for the Wildcats, who are looking to open up with a strong showing here on the vault.
Pacheco half front layout. Small hop forward on the landing. You can see her really struggling to try to hold on to that landing. Every 10th counts. Vaults like this with the half twist are very difficult to land because it's almost a blind landing. Vaults with a full twist, you actually see the mat before you land, but you can see the mat is behind her there. She has to go by instinct and great technique in order to get that stuck landing.
A score of 9.775, and the Kentucky Wildcats are very strong on the vault at 48.725 as they're in the lead through the first rotation.
And of course, the highlight there was Emilie Green's career high 9.9. Anytime you're getting close to a 49, that's a strong effort.
One rotation in the books, and it's the Kentucky Wildcats with a big lead over the Auburn Tigers. They'll switch apparatus when we get back to Lexington.